Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, from one that shows Charleston White share his thoughts on the beef between 50 Cent and the Meeches. And 50 actually reacted, and we will expand on this in a moment. And today we have more on Drake versus Kendrick. And yes, I know, some of you have expressed that y'all are tired of this beef, but what to do? It is still at the center of hip-hop when it comes to conversations on the web. And on this, we saw WWE fans get in the mix as Drake was getting roasted after a recent event. And at the latter part of the video, we have more from battle rappers talking about Eminem, and this sparked some interesting conversations, which we'll get to later when it comes to Eminem's relevance in recent years. And starting with Charleston White, he had a couple of things to say about the beef between 50 Cent and the Meeches, and so far, he's one of the individuals who's brought some balance to the conversation on 50 and the Meeches, as you'd see in a bit. And first, check out a snippet from his recent interview on Say Cheese TV.
If you go do your research, you find out that there's no paperwork on Big Meech. That's why you hadn't seen no paperwork. It's all hearsay. I look at this two ways. I understand why 50 mad. Prior to 50 Cent telling the BMF story, nobody was interested in BMF. Big Meech was buried alive. Other than Rick Ross screaming, "I think I'm Big Meech." Larry Hoover, wasn't nobody screaming no Big Meech, nothing. Nobody cared about the BMF story until 50 Cent came along and started telling us the BMF story. I'm looking at it from 50 position. I go get your son, and at the time when I meet your son, he's not making the best decisions in life. They say the little was strung out on them perks. 50 take him somewhat, I wouldn't say clean him up, but spend 2 years in acting classes that 50 paid for. According to 50, he's put over $5 million into the pockets of Lil Meech and the families, financial, over $5 million. He's helped them make. Blew your son up. And we bring you back to life. Put his son in a position, turn his son into a millionaire, and he actually turned out to be a pretty good actor. You come home, I'm gonna put you in a better position. For you to go fuck Rick Ross, that's a slap in the face.
Hindsight, do you think it was a good idea to be in the video with me talking about sexy red?
Sexy red. Sexy red.
You may not know, or you should know. The people around you know. Everybody know the extent of the beef between 50 and Rick Ross. Meech's biggest mistake was getting on camera with Rick Ross, running to the internet. Rick Ross was wrong for putting Big Meech out there, knowing he doing business with 50. Rick Ross using Meech. What I would say 50 wrong about is showing a text message between him and Lil Meech. Because Lil Meech genuinely looked at him probably like an uncle, big brother, father figure. So he don't have the same bond and relationship that we think he should have with his daddy, where he should say, "Fuck 50, I'm riding with my daddy." They grew up without his daddy. So they ain't that close to what we would like for them to be or want them to be. But if I done put $5 million over here in y'all family, we finna make way more off this series. Whatever little money you done made for that, you could have easily came to me, depending on our relationship, or you could have made that money in interviews. $500,000 doing interviews. I know Vlad are paying $50,000 to $100,000 in interviews. I got some sources that says Big Meech been overspending, but his biggest mistake was coming to the internet to be seen or heard. The future revenue of what him and his son supposed to get from the BMF is gone. And 50 own the rights to it, so he can do whatever he wants to do with the story.
And for some more context on what he's had to say about the 50 Cent feud, check out another snippet from the Danza Project.
50 bullying Meech because Meech ain't no internet. 50 is an internet.
He got a team.
50 is an internet. He's been mastering the internet for the last 10, 15 years. Big Meech is a street that's been cooking and trafficking dope. Man, that thing, man. Don't know what to do and what to say. What about
I can't front though. 50 is one of my favorite personalities in the industry.
I fuck with Phil, but man, Phil wrong in a motherfucker. Yeah, he said wrong in a motherfucker. But he's justified in what he's doing.
And yes, 50 Cent actually reacted to Charleston White. He took to social media to post this.
Yes, Charleston White is correct. I'm a rapper, not a drug dealer. Be sure to catch my new show.
50 bullying Meech because Meech ain't no internet nigga. 50 is an internet nigga.
He got a team.
50 is an internet nigga. Big Meech is a street nigga that's been cooking and trafficking dope.
And boy, this sparked reactions like 50 is the master of marketing and talking crap to dudes at the same time. And this is true. 50 seems to find a way to get blogs and podcasts talk about him on a weekly basis. And it starts from small channels like mine all the way to TMZ. And if you read 50's book Hustle Harder and Hustle Smarter, you know that this is by design. And back on topic, some believe 50 actually agreeing because being labeled just an internet dude makes him look like he just be playing and not capable of doing any harm to anyone, lol. And another user expanded, 50 Cent is gonna have Big Meech wishing the internet never existed. But what are your thoughts on Charleston White's take on this? And moving on to the latest on Kendrick versus Drake, I got some feedback a few hours ago that I was a little too one-sided when it comes to this coverage. And truth be told, perhaps I got carried away since most reactions on social media lately have been pretty negative about Drake, but I'll do better moving forward. And here's the latest update on Not Like Us that was Kendrick's first UK #1 song. Check this out. Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us spends a second week at #1 on the UK singles chart. And before we get to Drake getting roasted by WWE fans, a snippet blew up on X that shows a coach go ham on Kendrick Lamar for what he did to Drake since the feud started. Check it out. The funniest thing about Kendrick is he thinks it is all him. They gave you trophies lying on the biggest artist in the world. Check out the snippet.
Kendrick Lamar just won 5 Grammys for putting down another man. The highest industry for music recognized him and said, you're so good at dissing your brother. You're so good at putting your brother down. You're so creative at making someone else's life miserable. We're going to reward you for it. We're going to let you tell the whole world the biggest audience in the world is the Super Bowl. Why don't you tell the whole world how much better you are than this person? That's the world we live in. It's a dark world.
And this sparked reactions like totally devoid of the context of Drake's part in all of it, laughing my bum off. Sorry that not only did Kendrick eviscerate Drake lyrically, but he laid it over a timeless beat that's become the song of the summer, if not the year. Then he took it to the Super Bowl and ended it for good. But in Drake's defense, a user expanded. The oldest trick in the book is turning people against each other. It is heartbreaking that a black man's greatest threat is often another black man. But what are your thoughts? And moving on, Drake is getting roasted by WWE fans. Check it out. Still thinking about how Drake was at a WWE PLE and they didn't announce him, laughing and loudly crying emojis. And this sparked a couple of reactions all over the place. As on one end, some believe the poor guy was cooked in the rap feud with Kendrick and his response is to sue him. It is like calling the cops after having a fight. But some users cleared the air. He's not suing Kendrick, he's suing UMG. At least get your facts straight. And some have pointed out how Nav was announced at the same event. They acknowledged Nav, but not Drake, laughing emojis. He has no aura anymore, lol. And some have expanded. He probably told them not to so that he wouldn't get booed. And in Drake's defense, a user expanded. Nah, he asked them not to be spotlighted. But what are your thoughts? And moving on, a recent snippet from Live Hip Hop Daily hit X when a user posted, people say Eminem not hot no more. Nobody says that. Laughing emoji. I'm glad battle rappers always hold down M because these random bums who don't know hip hop want him to fall off so badly.
My thing was when I heard Cass talking about Eminem and like breaking it down, I was
respect Eminem though.
No, but I was like,
because he tried to rap just like that. I was like,
I see what his thought process is.
Syllables.
A lot of people listen to Eminem and be like, he not hot no more, and some people would be like, yo,
Eminem's new album fire.
Nobody
says that. Nobody says Eminem new album. We say that about Cassidy. We don't say about Eminem.
Yo, chill on Cass.
And this sparked reactions like, this is refreshing. The usual conversation goes a little something like this. No one listens to Eminem, insert place. Or my favorite, only white people listen to Eminem. And while some still believe Eminem hasn't released a great album in 20 years, Relapse was good, The rest were just meh. Another user expanded with, that doesn't mean he isn't popular or great. That just means your taste is different than others. Now, this is the subjective side of music, but his relevance is objectively undeniable. And if you remember, IFPI's report from last year got hip-hop fans shook when they discovered that what was deemed Kendrick's best year and probably the best year ever for a rapper, it turns out that both Drake and Eminem outsold Kendrick. So that can't be disputed, regardless of how people may feel about his music today. And that will be all for today, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.